A devastating mid-air collision between an Army helicopter and a jetliner has left 67 people dead, marking the deadliest aviation disaster in nearly 25 years. The crash occurred in the tightly controlled airspace near Ronald Reagan National Airport, just 3 miles from the White House. Search and rescue teams worked tirelessly through the icy waters of the Potomac River, pulling at least 28 bodies from the wreckage. The American Airlines regional jet was carrying 60 passengers, including a group of elite young figure skaters, their parents, and coaches. The helicopter, a Black Hawk, had 3 experienced soldiers on board, familiar with the congested airspace around Washington. President Donald Trump addressed the nation, calling it an hour of anguish and confirming that there were no survivors. The collision happened just before 9 p.m., with the jetliner found upside down in 3 sections in waist-deep water. Federal investigators have recovered the cockpit voice recorder and flight data recorder, now under evaluation. American Airlines CEO Robert Isom stated that the plane was making a normal approach when the military aircraft crossed its path. An air traffic controller was managing both helicopter and plane traffic, a role usually divided between 2 people. The Federal Aviation Administration has long struggled with a shortage of air traffic controllers, raising questions about staffing levels. Flight conditions were clear as the jet arrived from Wichita, Kansas, a city now mourning the loss of its residents. The helicopter's maximum allowed altitude was 200 feet, and investigators are analyzing data to determine if it exceeded this limit. Inside Reagan National, the mood was somber as stranded passengers waited for flights to resume, reflecting on the tragedy. The crash has drawn comparisons to the deadliest plane crash since November 2001, highlighting the rarity of such incidents. Experts emphasize that air travel remains overwhelmingly safe, despite the challenges of navigating the busy airspace around Reagan National. Just a day before the crash, another regional jet had to go around for a second landing attempt due to a nearby military helicopter. The collision has stunned Wichita, a city deeply connected to the aircraft industry and home to the U.S. headquarters for Bombardier. Hundreds gathered in Wichita for a prayer vigil, seeking solace and unity in the face of the tragedy. Flight 5342 rapidly lost altitude over the Potomac, with the helicopter requesting visual separation just seconds before the collision. In the aftermath, the nation grapples with the loss and the urgent need for answers as the investigation into the cause continues.